माननीय सदस्य श्री ईसा खान चौधरी जी। ईसा खान चौधरी जी।
Honorable Chairman, sir, today I would like to bring your attention to some salient features with regards to the government's Jal Shakti Ministry's current budget regarding flood and erosion control. Flood and erosion control, there are 4 schemes that are in the budget. Flood, number 1, flood. Number 2, flood management programs. Number 3, flood management and border areas programs. And the 4th category is river basin management. These particular schemes deal with embankment protection and flood control. I want to compare the effectiveness of this year's budget by comparing the current budget allocation of the Narendra Modi-led NDA government to the budget allocation during the time of the last UPA government. Here are some vital conclusions. First, despite a 12-year gap, this year's NDA government's flood and erosion control budget allocation of 800 crores is actually 298 crores less than what the UPA had allocated in 2013-14 during its last term, which was an amount of 1,098 crores. This is not just a reduction, Chairman, sir. It is a deliberate cut in funds in absolute terms on river and coastal flood control and embankment spending throughout our nation. Second, the cost of disaster mitigation has skyrocketed due to inflation. And in the last decade, our nation is facing more natural disasters, more floods, and more erosion due to the worsening impact of climate change. Yet, against all logic, the Modi government has slashed flood and erosion control budgets instead of increasing them. Factoring in inflation, the 1,098 crores that the UPA government allocated in 2013 is worth nearly 2,000 crores today. But instead of increasing investments in disaster management, the NDA has cut it down to a meager 800 crores. This is a letdown of vulnerable communities, especially in states like Assam and Bengal, where people lose their homes, farmlands, and entire villages to riverbank erosion and floods every year. Honorable Chairman, sir, I'll now shift my discussion to my home state of West Bengal. Here are the most important facts about Bengal. First of all, about 42% of West Bengal is flood-prone, which makes it one of the most flood-affected states in our country. Flood satellite maps show that the worst affected areas in West Bengal, with a total of 19.69 lakh hectares affected, are first Purba Bardwan, then Murshidabad, Purba Bindipur, Hooghly, and Malda. Second, I would like to share some numbers provided by the Ministry of Jal Shakti to an unstarred question in the Rajya Sabha from 2023. The following numbers were in response to a year-on-year count of the total financial losses incurred by West Bengal due to flood and erosion. In 2017, the damage was 17,000 crores. In 2018, 54 crores. In 2019, 1,269 crores. In 2020, no data was available. In 2021, 16,079 crores were caused, flood erosion damage was caused. Honorable Chairman, these are just not numbers. These figures represent the destruction of farmland, agricultural crops, fisheries, homes, roads, and schools. Community hospitals, mosques, and temples washed away as land is eroded and literally falls into the Ganges and its tributary rivers. These figures represent only some of the crushing losses. What these figures do not show is the effect of landless families who become landless refugees without a permanent home. The consequences of floods are short-term, and economic recovery is possible. But the effects of slow riverbank erosion are permanent in nature, with the entire socio-economic structure is damaged, and the affected population has to move, settle, and create a livelihood somewhere else. Third, Chairman, sir, the Farakka barrage. It's a central project built in the 1970s to divert water flowing into Bangladesh into our own Bhagarati and Hooghly rivers to maintain Kolkata port navigability. This project is directly responsible for worsening the erosion crisis in districts like Malda and Murshidabad, where my parliamentary constituency of Malda Dakshin lies. The presence of the Farakka barrage causes a buildup of 64 crore tons of silt annually and has changed the course of the Ganges and has resulted in devastating erosion in both districts. After the construction of the Farakka barrage, more than 350 square kilometers of fertile land has been completely swallowed by the Ganges in Malda district, and 500 kilometers square of fertile land has been wiped out in Murshidabad district, displacing lakhs upon lakhs of people. During the UPA regime, from 2005 onwards, the center took direct responsibility for anti-erosion measures caused by the Farakka barrage. 40 kilometers upstream of the barrage into Malda and 80 kilometers downstream into Murshidabad from the Farakka barrage. This is shown by the UPA government's allocation of 214 crores in the 2013-14 budget that was given to the Farakka barrage. The current NDA government has abandoned this policy, which is shown by this year's small allocation of 69 crores.
Please conclude.
Please give me 2 minutes, Speaker.
No. 1 minute to conclude.
While the center boasts of providing West Bengal with funding of 1,051 crores, 0.96 crores under the flood management program component of FMBAP, let us dissect reality. Out of the 17 projects sanctioned for West Bengal, only 4 have received funds amounting to a meager 42.8